All right. So how do you want to do this? We probably should have figured that out before we started.
All right. As you may have guessed, there's not a live episode this week, but okay. Take two. Action. Okay. So Anthony's going on vacation, which is fucking up our recording schedule. So we are only able to record one show this week and one show next week.
Yep.
We made a decision that we're going to record new bonus content for our patrons instead of recording new public episodes. So what we're doing is this week and next week, we're going to play one of our bonus episodes for you. So if you haven't been a patron, you haven't heard it. So it's new to you. So fuck you. You can still get something new.
Right. So everybody kind of wins here. I get a vacation. Doug gets a couple days off. You guys get to hear bonus content that you wouldn't have heard without paying before.
All right. So this episode, we had a guest on. He was an EMT, and it has been well received as possibly our best bonus episode. But you would have to subscribe and listen to all 200 episodes to find out.
Right. Come on. It's $5, man.
Hello, Anthony.
Hello. How are you doing today?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good.
I am in a good mood, and it's not
All right.
often that I'm in a good mood the night we record a bonus.
All right. You're going to take advantage of that.
So this should be extra special.
Extra special. Everybody's going to remember this.
It's probably, I don't know about that.
I don't know about all that noise.
But in an odd turn of events, I guess, I want to be doing this right now. Like normally, I don't want to talk to you.
Awesome. I would ask why, but I think I understand.
But I am fully ready for your bullshit. Like whatever bullshit you have planned to throw at me.
All right. Do you want to talk gun control, or what do you want to talk? Whatever bullshit. Oh shit.
I had done some soul searching recently.
Okay.
I now realize why I've had such a hard time communicating with you.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
I expect too much from you.
All right. Okay.
So when I talk to you, it in my head up until this very point, I've been expecting to talk to somebody in like a civil, logical manner.
Why?
Right. See, that's what I mean.
What? I don't even understand what that's supposed to mean. I'm civil and logical.
No, you're neither.
Okay. I can be civil and I can be civil.
No, it's fine. I'm not passing judgment. You can't help the way you were raised.
That sounded like an underhanded jab.
I thought it was an overhand jab. It's fine though.
But that's true. I can't. You're right.
We don't need to dwell on. Just be aware that this is like a new phase of who's right. Everything is a butterfly now. We were a caterpillar.
No. Everything is butterflies and rainbows.
So I'll leave it up to you. Is there anything you would like to talk about?
Oh my gosh. Jeez, no, not with the butterflies and rainbows speech. How am I going to bring it down from that?
Anything on your mind, like anything that we've touched on in the past that we may have had differing views on?
You still a big fan of Guns N' Roses, are you?
I am a big fan of Guns N' Roses, and I appreciate the fact that you don't appreciate their music.
God, this is boring.
Thank you for speaking your truth.
Now we're up to my truth and your truth. There's only one truth, Doug.
So I've been accused of being too aggressive.
Okay. By who? Not by me.
Oh, first by you. You have asked that I tone it down, that I don't attack you so much.
Okay.
and that I don't talk over you, give you a chance to give your views on, because this is Doug and Anthony. It's not Doug with Anthony. It's Doug and Anthony.
I have never ever said, "Give me a chance at anything." You're setting me up to fail.
I'm sorry that I've done that.
No. From now you are.
I know.
I see what you're doing here.
I'm sure you do, because you're very smart. I've never said anything other than that.
Oh no! Is this the beginning of the end? Oh God! I don't like this. I don't like this turn over a new leaf thing.
Well, what would you like me to do?
Argue with me, yell, scream.
I just don't know that I have it in me anymore.
Oh no! Oh Jesus! You still have to have a strong opinion about something. It can't all be unicorns and rainbows.
I have a strong opinion about everything. My opinions haven't changed.
Okay. You have to defend your opinions.
What? On what?
I don't know. Whatever we're talking about at any particular moment.
Well, give me something.
Oh God. What have we, you never want to argue about, that's the thing. You never want to argue about politics, but I always want to argue about politics.
I understand.
Yep. Well, that's no fun.
So please, Anthony, which branch of the government would you like to discuss?
Executive.
All right.
Which one's that? Which one is that? Is that the courts? Oh, that's
so. What about politics? Do you think where do you think our views differ?
I am more of a the world is ending. We're all doomed. There's no hope. It's all over. And you're I think you're kind of more man, let's just kind of wait and see. Maybe things will work out. You know what I mean? I think we agree on some things, but I think I catastrophize more. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I don't know that you have a clear view of what my view is. And I think that's the problem.
Maybe.
So I want to talk specifics. I don't want to talk in broad general terms.
Specifically. So what's on my mind, and what sucks is that there's no way to express it without coming off like a tool, because I know the wording in the language is just loaded, right? So I think that the main problem is that or that we should be dealing with is that they're teaching what they're teaching in the schools. Do you think that they should be teaching race essentialism type shit in the schools?
Seeing that this is the very first time in my life I have heard the words race essentialism used in a sentence.
Okay.
It sounds like something I'm not for. So no, I don't think it should be in
Okay.
I don't think it should be taught in the schools.
Okay. So, and that's where you said that I don't know how you feel about certain issues. And I think that's because I don't even know how I feel about certain issues.
Okay.
Because.
So again, remember what we're doing here is trying to figure out where it is that we differ, because you want to have an argument. And me being a giver, I want to give you that argument, but I've got to know what it is that we're going to argue about. And so far, you've come up short. You have brought nothing.
Yeah, that's true. So I'm not interested in what we argue about. I just want to argue. It's weird to me that you haven't learned that yet.
But I don't think you do. I don't think you want to argue.
Why?
I think you want to pretend to argue. I don't think you really want to have an argument.
Well, I don't understand the difference.
Just what I'm saying.
Why would I want to pretend to have an argument?
I don't know. I don't know why you do half the things you do, Anthony. That's
Is that what we're trying to figure out?
I've got nothing else to add to that. I don't know where you're coming from or why you're doing it. If you want to argue, I've got an open door policy on arguing, but I need a topic to argue about.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We can argue about whatever you want. I don't care. I just
no. You're the okay. See, you're trying to do it again. I told you I'm on to you. I know how you work.
Okay. Can you tell me? Because I don't know how I work.
you say things like, Doug, you don't argue with me anymore. And when I talk, you talk over me. And I say things like, Anthony, the floor is yours. Please bring a topic. And you say, I have nothing. Mm-hmm. So now you're trying to get my blood pressure up and you're trying to make me upset with you. Mm-hmm. It's not going to happen.
Why are you talking like that?
I don't fucking know.
You're like talking in measured steps.
I was trying to sound like I'm a new person. That's what I figured a new person would sound like.
This is what regular people sound like, isn't it? So, okay, and I know that's why you did this. You know as well as I do when you say the floor is yours, go. Like instantly, that's it, frozen, done. And you know that. And I just went ahead and let you do it. I just walked right in. Stupid. I just walked right into that one. I was just like, yeah, okay, cool. We're just gonna go this way. Son of a bitch. It's like I couldn't fucking see it coming.
What do you mean you couldn't see it coming? You led the fucking way.
Doesn't that make it worse?
It's like he knows my one weakness. If I bring it up first.
Right. God damn it.
Okay, are we done with that bullshit?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Doug's turning over a new leaf. It's all rainbows and unicorns and sunshine or whatever.
All right. So hopefully this guy's audio, we're going to call him Jim, I guess.
All right.
Hopefully it's not dog shit. Jim.
Yeah, how's it going? Is my audio shit?
It don't sound horrible, does it?
Yeah. No, it sounds okay to me.
Okay, good.
All right, Jim. What brings you here?
I'm here to talk about super cool, fun shit I saw when I was an EMT, I guess.
So it was a couple months ago. We were talking. I think I had said something like we were talking about a shitty call that a cop had to go on, and I had asked if I wonder if he had to finish his shift.
Yeah.
Is that what sparked your message to me?
Yeah, no, I heard that and I was like, yep, I've been there, fucking really bad calls, and then you just have to stay on, especially in private ambulance companies because they just don't care about you at all.
Is it literally just an hourly wage and you work your hours and then that's it? And then.
Yeah, no. And the pay's terrible because so EMS in the United States is overseen by the Department of Transportation for some reason. So
like buses and shit.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah. So when I had to get my license, I had to go and register with the DOT, and there's no unions and everything's. I also had to register in one of the counties I was working at as a commercial driver. So me and the Uber and Lyft drivers all have the same certification.
Oh fuck!
So, but didn't you have to go through some other kind of training before you could start cutting on people and shit? In the back of the bus is what you called it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you go to community college for a whole semester and then they throw you on well, actually one of my partners went through a 2-week program, so it really depends on where you go. So I had a long program. It was 16 whole weeks of emergency medical care.
You're telling me, okay, so the people, like if I've been treated by people in an ambulance. All right, so I was in a car wreck. I went through the windshield. The ambulance came, and I can remember the paramedic or whatever saying, this person shouldn't be alive. Are you telling me that they don't have the fucking training to be able to make that diagnosis? Like, they could have just left me there to die because they only went to 3 weeks of.
They learned it in community college.
Yeah,
right,
pretty much.
If a guy goes through the windshield, he shouldn't be alive. Just tell him that.
That's my medical opinion.
Yeah, no, EMTs and paramedics can't actually make diagnoses. The only thing they can do is pronounce death. So I guess they were qualified just to do that. But no, they can't really. They do what's called a differential diagnosis. So they pull up to the ER and they're like, here's 12 things that I think could be it. And then the doctor says, okay, that's very nice. Like, we'll take the patient now. You can go home. It's all very shitty.
All right. So in hospitals, I'm assuming it goes like administrative and then doctors, like as far as the hierarchy, and then nurses, and then I don't know, maybe the people that draw your blood or something. Where do the EMS rank in the hierarchy?
So skill wise, like paramedics,
just in being treated as pieces of shit.
Oh, probably worse than the homeless patients that just pull up and are looking for a bed. Just like absolute dog shit. Just horrible. I think every nurse I've talked to has thought I was completely retarded. Like,
so maybe that's not because of the job.
So how much were you? You don't still do that job, right?
No. Now I just give COVID vaccinations all day.
That's a job.
How are you gonna ride that out?
Yeah, good question. I haven't thought that far ahead, and I just started 2 weeks ago. It's not like I started when COVID started. It was like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago I started. So
how did that transition happen from riding in the back of an ambulance to just vaccinating people?
Well, I got laid off February of last year, and then I just kind of didn't do anything. And then my unemployment ran out, and then I was like, "Damn, I need a job."
That's my transition story. I'm out of money.
Yeah, I just ran out of money, and it didn't seem too bad. And now I just do that, so it's chill.
So how did you get laid off? Did they not need ambulance drivers during the COVID? Like, I don't.
Yeah. So my company had the great foresight that, so I guess during the first week or two when the whole COVID thing was going on, people were too scared to go to the hospital to call 911 when they needed it. Because most calls for 911 are bullshit. It's like drug addicts looking for drugs, or old ladies who are like, my toe hurts, or, some homeless frequent flyer that wants to sleep somewhere. So all those people stopped going to the hospital. My company was like, okay, we're not getting any calls. Let's lay off 75% of our staff. And then 2 weeks later, COVID started hitting that area really hard, and they tried to call us all back. And I was like, fuck you, I'm on unemployment. Like, I make more money drinking beer on my couch. So I'm just going to do that instead of riding around in an ambulance all the time.
How much were you making? If I'm
$13.50 an hour.
Jesus fucking Christ.
But then I became a field training officer. I started making $14 an hour. And if I went to school for 2 years and became a paramedic, I could make $15.25 an hour.
Wow. That is horrible.
That's fucking awesome.
Even the people that are fully trained, that's insane.
Yeah. Like a paramedic can do more than a nurse can. They have a higher scope of practice, and they do it in the back of a moving vehicle. And nurses starting pay is like what, $40 an hour? Paramedics make as much as someone in McDonald's makes. Like, just fucking brutal.
Why is that?
It's because the Department of Transportation is in charge of us, and they're fucking idiots.
Couldn't you just start driving buses?
So can anybody just start a private practice of ambulances?
I don't really know. It seems like it. I mean, where I live now, I live in like a larger metropolitan area, and there's like 200 fucking ambulance services. And some of them are just like 2 ambulances, and some of them are like 40. So it seems like anyone could just buy an ambulance and just say, I'm an ambulance service now. And then you just get certified through the county, and then you can just pick people up, I guess.
You don't have to take them anywhere. Just drive them around. Jeez. That's insane.
What state do you live in?
Hello? I think I lost you for a second. What did you say?
What state do you live in?
Now I live in California.
What state were you driving in?
I started here in California, and then I worked in Oregon for a bit until I got laid off there.
So what sparked you reaching out about this was you said you had a couple stories.
Yeah. So, I mean, I have a lot of stories from that job in general. So there are 2 different kinds of people in EMS. There's white clouds and black clouds. White clouds are like good luck. Like if you work with them as your partner, probably not going to get very many calls. And if you do, they're not going to be anything too serious. And then there are black clouds, which are people where if you get paired up with them, they just get the shittiest garbage fucking calls and get held over all the time. And that's what I was. So people would get on with me and just be like, fuck, dude. They would get like pissed to be scheduled with me. They'd be like, holy shit, I can't believe I'm with you again. Fuck this. Da-da-da.
So you didn't have a set partner?
No, chill. I mean, my partners would call out a lot.
Oh, okay.
So, because they just didn't want to work with me. Like from day one, like I was bad luck. Like, so when you're doing your one EMT class at the community college, you also have to go on a 12-hour ride along as part of your training. So you go with like the local fire department or whatever, and you're just on their ambulance for 12 hours, just like watching how things are done. The very first call I get on my ride along, before I'm even certified, I get in the ambulance and this lady was on her cell phone on a train track and she just got fucking obliterated. So we went there to go do a body retrieval. I was like, fuck yeah, this job is great. This is awesome. So like, I've just been shit. Like my first day off training, we got cleared to go back to base, and on our drive home in the ambulance, this car like wipes out in front of us on the freeway, and we get out and there's 2 infants unsecured in the back seat. One's dead, one's super fucked up. So then I pull her out and I start doing CPR on her on the side of the road. I'm like, damn, this is awesome. It was like my 6th day, I think.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man, I was fucking miserable. And my dad's a paramedic, and so when I got off that day, I called him to talk about it because I was like, damn, that was a really awful event. And he was just like, oh, okay, get over it. And I was like, okay, thanks, Dad.
Earn your $13 an hour, bitch.
Yeah. I was just like, damn. He's like, hey, I made $13 an hour when I was your age too. And I'm like, yeah, dude. Like, and we did the exact same fucking job. So
Don't you think that there should be like so there's a minimum wage.
Yeah.
And then there should be a like picking up dead babies on the road minimum wage.
Right. Right. Yeah. If you have to scrape people's brains off of the road, you should make more than somebody. Infants.
Babies.
Yeah. Infants.
Or dogs.
Babies, yeah. Or dogs. Yeah. Yeah. That's.
yeah, no, it was gnarly, but those weren't even like the bad calls. That was just like run of the mill shit. Like where I was working has like a freeway with a lot of fatalities. So like very frequently we'd get like fatal car crashes, and I kind of worked in a shitty area too. So there are a lot of stabbings and shootings and domestic calls. So I don't know. It was definitely an interesting time. And I had a very different experience when I was working in Oregon, because I was working just like some podunk fucking hillbilly piece of shit department that was out in the sticks. And that was more fun, but I don't know. It was just different. Like,
did you ever get assaulted?
Yes, all the time.
I was expecting, but all right.
Yeah, my like second week driving, I was driving this old lady with dementia from her memory care home to the ER because she had like a UTI or something, and her stupid fucking CNA caretaker people didn't know what to do with her. And I get her in the back of the car and she looks at me. She's like, "You're not my daughter." And she just hits me square in the fucking face. And I'm like, "Oh, awesome." Yeah.
Did you hit her back?
No, I didn't hit her back. I just restrained her, but then she spit in my face, so then I had to put a mask over her.
God,
so
$13 an hour sounds pretty good.
I earned that $13 an hour. I earned that hard. Yeah, that job sucked. I don't know. It's just a shitty fucking job, but it is the way it is. I guess someone has to do it.
So what was the worst call that you had to go on that then you had to finish your shift?
Okay, so it was a back-to-back call. So it was like, so I had 2 calls that were really bad, and the second one was only bad because of the first one. I made it bad. The second one is the reason why I have to use a fake name and not show my face, because I could totally lose my license.
What the fuck?
Did you fuck a corpse?
No. But let's see. Where was I? Okay, so I used to work the worst schedule on earth. So I would work a 48-hour shift, and then I have 96 hours off. And so this was at like the beginning of a 40. I think I was like 10 or 12 hours into it. I was already in a bad mood because earlier in the day, in like the first hour or two, we picked up this lady she had a bowel obstruction. And so she ended up throwing up her own fecal matter on my boots. And then that made me throw up. So I was throwing up in the back of the ambulance with her. And then I just got to the ER just covered in her shit and my vomit. And I was just like, all right, 2 hours in, 46 to go. So this was like 10 or 12 hours in. We got like it was like a mid-30s male suicide attempt, gunshot wounds to the face. It's like, cool, someone shot themselves in the head. We're just going to go there and pronounce. Like, that's totally normal.
Sounds normal.
Yeah, well, because the police couldn't pronounce dead where we were at. So we had to do it as paramedics. And I was just like, all right. So we get there and go over. We start hooking up the monitor to this body. And this dude's face is just fucking completely ripped open. He looks like Alien from the Alien versus Predator movies. He had put the shotgun like right under his jaw and just shot straight up, and it just blasted his fucking face open.
I bet Ulysses is jerking off right now.
Yeah, so this dude's fucked up. He was he looked like a pomegranate that had been split open.
Jeez.
And we hook up the heart monitor to him just so we could see that it's flatlined, and we could just be like, all right, we're good. Let's try to report and get out of here. And the dude has a fucking pulse. We're like, okay. So what do we do here? So I look at my medic and I'm just like, dude, what the fuck are we doing? And he's like, I guess we should tube him and get out of here. So we do this thing called rapid sequence intubation, where we basically load you up with a shit ton of ketamine to paralyze you. And then we put a tube down your trachea and we start ventilating you. So fill him with a bunch of ketamine. And I'm sitting there like, how's this guy going to tube him? I don't even know. Like you can tube people pretty normally just when their mouth is there. But this dude had blown his mouth and face away. And my fucking paramedic leans over and like starts moving his head around and is like, oh shit, his trachea is right there. And he just shoves the tube down. I'm like,
oh my God.
Oh God, I'm gagging. I'm like, damn, okay. I guess we just have this faceless wonder we're taking with us to the ER. And he's like, all right, get in the back. I'll drive us. And I'm like, okay. So I'm in the back, which is this faceless dude trying to give a report to the hospital. And she's like, yeah, severe facial trauma. I don't know, dude. Like, he's in a bad way. I actually got written up for my reports. I can talk about that too. I wasn't culturally sensitive enough, I guess, in my reports. So I saved the write-up I got from that. But yeah, that dude's face was just like fucking blown open. There's blood everywhere. I'm sitting there, and it's not like we have like a machine we hook him up to. I just have this bag that I'm squeezing over his face, just like trying to, I don't know, make sure that he's good. But he had a pulse the whole time, so that was tight. And we dropped him off at the hospital, and the nurse was like, what is this? When we brought him in, I'm like, well, he's your patient. This is the gunshot wound I called you about. And she was like, oh, okay. And then, I don't know, the trauma doctor took them, whisked them away somewhere. But
and you have no idea what happened?
No. I used to like call the hospital and ask to find out. And then there were a couple of times where like, yeah, they didn't make it. And I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? So I just stopped like trying to figure it out. I mean, I'm sure they're like either dead or their quality of life is so diminished to a point that it's not even enjoyable anymore. So at that point, I was in a pretty fucking bad mood because I had shit all over my boots and I had to already change out my pants into my backup uniform. And then I had this dude with his fucking brain splattered all over the fucking wall. And we get a call, and it's a domestic that police requested us at. I'm like, God fucking damn it, dude. Like, that's the last thing I want to deal with right now, right? And the victim's like a kid. It's like an 8-year-old son. And I'm like, God, fuck this. So me and my partner pull up, and we're just like, pissed off and sullen, and we go into this house.
I never heard anybody use that word.
So we pull up to this place, and it's just like this shitty fucking house in the fucking ghetto, and fucking mom is inside, and she's screaming and crying in Spanish, and there's this little kid there, and he's got this big fucking black eye, and he's bleeding, and I'm just like, God fucking damn it. So my medic gets down, he starts talking to him. I forgot my iPad in the truck because we do all our reports on our iPads. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go out to the truck real quick and grab the iPad. I go out and I see there's the cop car outside with like its lights flashing, and there's dad sitting in the back seat in handcuffs. And I go over there. I don't know what came over me, but I go over there and I try the door to the back seat, and it's open. I open the door, and he's sitting there. He's looking at me. I'm looking at him, and I just punch him square in the fucking face. And I just slammed the door shut, go to the ambulance, get my iPad, and he's all yelling and shit in fucking Spanish, fucking arriba, arriba, or whatever. And I get the iPad, and I go back and I tell the cop, I'm like, hey, I don't know what's going on out there, dude. He just started kicking your door and yelling. He's like, all right, I'll go check on him. But yeah, so I just went in there, and then after that, I was just running the mill. I just took care of the kid. They seemed okay, so they didn't want to go to the hospital, so we just left them there. But yeah, that was not my proudest moment, but fuck, it felt good, dude. Fuck, that felt good.
So the cop never came back on you?
No, this was in an area where the cops would be like, watch your head, and then slam your head into the side of the squad car. Just be like, I told you.
So I've been where you're talking about then.
What, getting your head slammed in or having an EMT punch you in the face?
I am familiar with cops who say, watch your head, and then bash your fucking head into the door jamb.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's
no,
so
it's
good.
not. Fuck you.
No, I've been on the receiving end of that too. So
Jesus Christ, man.
But yeah, no, that shit was awesome. Good job. Very good job.
So when that lady like puke shit all over the place, like in the back of your cab or whatever, what do you do? Do you take it to a car wash and hose it out? Like, I mean,
no, you just wipe it down. Like alcohol wipes, you just wipe it down with that. I just wipe my boots off with that. It doesn't get rid of the smell. It still smells like shit smells bad, but like shit that you vomit smells so much fucking worse. Like you can't even imagine how fucking bad that smells.
So
like,
you're telling me that if I call 911 and oh my God, I'm having a heart attack, they come and there's a chance that they're going to load me into an ambulance that smells like shit, like that somebody just shit in.
Yeah.
And they don't even try to clean it out or anything. No,
I mean, we try our best, but like we got calls pending. We got to go.
Anthony, if you were making $13 an hour, would you scrub shit?
No, no, I wouldn't.
We basically just clean enough so that we don't feel gross being in the ambulance. It's not like, man, I need to make this spick and span for my patients because I really care. It's, I make $13 an hour. I don't want to be swimming in liquid shit. Like I've had dudes just have liquid diarrhea in the gurney. They'll just sit there and just shit fucking everywhere. And, you just wipe it down.
No big deal. You just wipe it down. That's cool.
Yeah, no big deal. You get some wipes. You're good.
So did you have a lot of the same homeless people? Did you get to know them?
Yes, dude. There's this one fucking guy who I hated. He smelled so fucking bad. And he had this huge tumor on his stomach because he was a gnarly alcoholic. And that would always be his complaint. He would call and be like, my stomach hurts. And I'm like, no shit. You're drinking yourself to death. Like, there's like he had like a little person growing off of his abdomen. It was so nasty. God. Yeah, he just had like a tumor or a hernia that had gotten out of control. I think it was a tumor, but it might have been a hernia. But it was just so gross. And
so,
we had...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say we had this other homeless guy who he was in a wheelchair and he'd call us all the time. And his complaint would be, I can't walk. I have to go to the hospital because I can't walk.
Good for him. That sounds awesome.
So how did it work then? Does like police dispatch call the private company and then the private company dispatch one of you guys out?
It would depend. So you just call 911. If it was a medical call, the county would have a contract with our company. And so it would go to our those dispatchers would reach us. But if police requested us, then it would be a different request. So a police dispatcher would come to us and say that they're requesting RA, which is rescue assistance, at a call and kind of like a brief on what the call is.
How many different ambulances were working on the same shift as you were working in that city?
30? I want to say 30 or 40. It was a super busy, big city. Like I went on an average of like 18 or 19 calls in a 24-hour shift. Probably.
So when you say a 24-hour shift, like are you just sitting, you got like a call center or whatever, you just sit and wait?
No, you just sit in the ambulance. You just go park at like a 7-Eleven or some shit and just wait for calls to come in. And then you just go to them. And then if there's not another call pending, you just go back to your 7-Eleven.
And then hopefully you get an hour of sleep or something.
Yeah. So it's different, like if you're with like a fire department. So if a fire department has like an ambulance, they're called a third service, and they actually get to go back to like the fire station, which is chill because you have like a recliner and a TV and a kitchen. But if you're just working private ambulance, you're just in the ambulance and your life sucks.
Doesn't that seem counterproductive? I mean, like, say you're in your 18th hour of your shift and it's been busy and you haven't slept. Aren't you going to kill somebody? Doesn't that seem backwards?
Yeah, I mean, I always tell people to not call 911 unless they absolutely fucking have to. Like, because you're going to get the dude that's been, that went to community college for a semester and has been awake for 36 hours and has only had like a burrito from like Chevron 12 hours ago. And he's just fucking mad.
That just sounds like shitty. I mean, just what in the fuck? Who the fuck does this?
What's the reasoning for not just having normal shifts like a regular fucking company?
I have no fucking idea. I wish I had an idea of why, because you could just have like a 12-hour day shift and a 12-hour night shift. I feel like it would be the same effect as running like two people for 48 hours straight. And the laws are so fucked up here that you don't have to pay overtime for 24-hour shifts. So you just make your base rate the whole way through.
What the fuck?
But on a 12-hour shift, you pay OT. So after 8 hours, you get time and a half up to 12. But on a 24-hour shift, you get your base rate the entire time. So when I'm scheduled for a 48-hour shift, I get 0 OT. It's all base rate.
So hold on. What I would do is I want to start a business. And then we'll just call ourselves a fucking ambulance business and force everybody being 24-hour shifts.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. We'll do it at the slap chop factory. I don't give a fuck.
So when they wrote that law, do you think they were laughing? Like 12 hours overtime, 24 hours, no overtime. What in the fuck?
Yeah,
That makes zero sense.
I'm sure they were like, man, they were probably going to let their employees get some sleep or else like a serious like negligent issue could happen. But instead the employees just said, nah, like you can just work the whole 24 hours. And we have this thing called fatigue, which we can call where you get 2 hours of break if you're on like a really long shift like that. And well, I had one of my coworkers called fatigue on an 8-hour shift. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Because I tried to call it one time on a 48-hour shift and my supervisor chewed me out. He was like, what the fuck are you doing? You have calls you need to get to. I was like, dude, I'm tired. Like I've worked like 120 hours this week. Like I need to take a break.
You said you were scheduled a 48-hour shift.
Yeah.
So that's 48 hours on, and it could be 48 hours straight of calls, or are there times in that 48-hour shift where you don't have to call fatigue and they just won't route calls to you so you can rest?
It was usually 48 hours of just straight calls. Because not only do you have all the 911 calls coming in, because my company is a private company, they contract out to like healthcare companies and dialysis centers. So you're also taking people on complete bullshit errands. Like I would take people to dialysis appointments at like 4 or 5 in the morning. I would take people that were like bedbound to chemo appointments, in between the nursing home and the ER, discharge people from the ER, do critical care calls, which is like moving people from ICU to ICU.
I guess I don't understand, because I know there's laws for truck drivers from the Department of Transportation that they can only drive for so many hours and all that shit. Why would it be different for you?
I don't know. They just don't give a shit. We were supposed to have lunch break.
They're only carrying baby parts.
Yeah, it's not that important. Like there was a vote to give EMS personnel lunch breaks because we don't have any breaks either. So there was a vote in California to give EMS lunch breaks and everyone voted no. Can't get a fucking 30-minute lunch break.
Why would anybody go into this job?
That's what I'm saying. Who does this?
People that want to be firefighters, but I'm scared of heights, so I don't know why I do it.
Yeah, I'm scared of spiders. It's cool.
And balloons.
And balloons. Thanks, buddy. Jesus Christ. I think this is like a PSA for don't go into this fucking field. This is terrible.
Yeah, don't do it. Unless you really want to be a firefighter, then reconsider your options. And then
so do you have to go through this to be a fire? Yeah, same question. Can't you just apply as a firefighter?
So being a firefighter is extremely hard, especially in California. Like getting on with a volunteer department is like not hard, but it's a volunteer department. You don't really get paid.
Yeah.
You get like a couple $100 stipend, and it's usually just down butt fuck nowhere. Like I had a bunch of friends that worked for volley departments and they hated it. But if you want to get on with the city, you have to go through a fire academy, which you have to be accepted to, or you have to pay out of pocket for it. So that's like a couple $1,000s. And then you have to compete against everyone else that's applying. And in California, that's like 500 people for one position. And, you know, if you don't have the experience for it, or they don't like you enough, or you're not in good enough shape, or you didn't kill it during the academy, or you didn't network with enough people, like you're not getting on. So it's like,
do they make good money?
Oh, they make great money. Starting pay is like 80K or something, 80 or 90K.
Yeah, doesn't seem.
I wouldn't even do the job you just described to me for $80,000.
I'm gonna need you to shovel this baby off the sidewalk. No.
It depends. Is it the beginning of my shift or the end of my shift?
No, body retrievals are great because they're super chill. Like you don't have to. The person's already dead. How much worse can it get? You know.
You can have to scrape a baby off the sidewalk. I think that's about as worse. That's about as worse as it gets.
But what's worse, scraping a baby off the sidewalk or getting a baby that's still alive and then them dying under your care?
Scraping a baby off the sidewalk, I think.
Nah, it's fine.
No, it's really not. I think you might have more sense of perspective.
How long did you do that job total?
5 years.
How desensitized to humanity did it make you?
Extremely, especially going with my dad as a paramedic, because he'd come home from work and he worked in the same shit area that I worked, and I'd be like, "Hey, Dad, how's work?" And he'd just be like, "Well, some guy got his balls shot off by his girlfriend last night, and then this delivery truck ran over this girl's head, and it was like a pancake, and then what else happened? This homeless dude stabbed someone else, and then someone with HIV spit in my eye, so now I have to take medication for that." I'd be like, "Wow, Dad, that sounds so cool. When can I visit you? When can I visit you at work?
Can I do a ride along?"
Yeah, no, I remember, dude, fucking growing up was fucked up for me. I remember because he was all desensitized to this shit too. But I played sports when I was in high school. When I was 14, we were at practice and we had this big fucking fat kid on our team and his heart just stopped and he died during practice.
Oh, jeez.
And I was the one guarding him. So I was just like, buddy, you good? And he was not, he was dead. But I went home and I was like, Dad, like my friend just died at practice. And he just went, oh, okay.
Jeez.
I was like, all right. So going into this job, I already had like I was already pretty desensitized. Like it was, so I had just had a different perspective coming into it, I guess.
Is there, okay, you know how like fucking cops have that brotherhood where they do everything to protect you or protect each other? Are you even on the outer rings of that? Like if you get pulled over, can you like show them your fucking paramedic pants with the scissor holders? And
No.
they'll let you go.
People think I'm a fucking security guard in my uniform. I'll be at the mall and people will be like, "Oh, excuse me, do you know how I got to Aeropostale?" No, dude. I have no fucking idea how you got there. And there's been a couple of times too. I've been at the food court working hard. And I remember this lady ran up to me screaming and she was like, "Someone just stole my purse. Someone just stole my purse." I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, what do you want me to do about that? Like, I'm overweight in steel toe boots. I'm not chasing someone down.
Unless it's got a dead baby in it, it's not my fucking problem.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man. You guys need a union or something.
Oh, yeah. So that's the other awesome thing is everyone, I would say 90% of the people that are EMTs and paramedics are really conservative. So anytime union talks come up, they immediately are just like, "No, I don't want a fucking union." And it's like,
You know what? I'll take $12 an hour.
The company has my best interest in mind.
I want to show you how conservative I am. Can you
like
pay me 10?
At my last company, we didn't even have an HR department. Like they blatantly don't give a fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's awesome. Super fun.
Is the rate of suicide high for EMTs, EMS, whatever you guys are called.
Yeah, I had 4 coworkers kill themselves. And I had 2 die of drug overdoses. It's fucking awesome.
In the same night? 4 in the same night?
No, spread out over 5 years.
All right. So did you ever get to a call and it was somebody that you knew?
Yeah. There was one time I went to this. It was a single car motor vehicle collision. And this dude had been ejected like 50 feet or something from his fucking windshield. And I pulled up and it was my buddy from high school. His fucking head was all caved in and shit. I was like, oh shit, it's Jay. What's up? I was like, no way. I shouted at my partner. I was like, hey, I know this guy. This is my friend Jay from high school.
What's up, man?
Yeah, he was not in a good way. I don't think he made it, but whatever.
So, did you ever have to go like to court for trial for like a murder or whatever, like where you were a witness or something?
No, I don't think any reasonable prosecutor would put me in front of a jury.
Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe you saw something you weren't supposed to see, or drug deal go down, or whatever.
I mean, we went to like shootings and stabbings all the time. No one really ever asked about it. Like, I don't know. Those always were sketchy too. So what is supposed to happen is if
and did you in fact say shout out to my man Jay?
I did. I did say, oh shit, it's my man Jay. And then I did call over to my partner and say, yo, come check this out.
Did you ever have females for partners?
Yes. Yeah.
Did you ever fuck any of them?
Yes.
In the back of the ambulance?
Yes, on the gurney, actually. Yeah, I ended up dating one of my partners for like a year, and we had a lot of sex in the ambulance and at the office, I guess, where we parked our ambulance. So
didn't we talk about you a while back?
I think so.
Yeah,
maybe.
I thought so too.
Yes, you did. I just remembered. My brain's super slow.
God, I'm glad you didn't come to any of my fucking calls.
So what are you gonna do when all the COVID vaccines run out?
I don't know. I'll probably go back to being an EMT.
Why?
You can work at fucking Walmart and not have to do any of that bullshit.
Yeah, but then I work at Walmart, and that's not cool.
Oh, okay.
No, I understand now.
Yeah, see, you get it.
I was being sarcastic, but okay.
No, I know. Don't worry. Yeah, no, it's like as much bad as there's also a lot of good in it too, you know, but it's no fun to talk about like making someone's day better or, you know, like really trying to be there for someone. Yeah, like that's just fucking gay. You don't want to talk about
super gay, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
You're really bringing the show down with that shit. Come on.
How old are you?
24.
All right. Do you have any kids?
No.
All right. Do you plan on having any?
Yeah.
Okay. If they come to you and say that they want to get into this line of work, what are you going to tell them?
No. No.
Okay. So then why would you do it?
I'm really bad at most things.
Fuck, man.
Dude, so am I. What the?
I don't know. I'm not really good at anything. So
neither am I.
Do you like your job?
Okay. No. This is important. This is important.
See?
If your self-assessment is that you're not good at anything, why would you want to be the one responsible for human life?
Oh, no, because that's the one thing I'm like decent at.
All right.
You know, everyone's got their purpose or something, right? It's like the only thing I'm good at, like, because I do have the like desensitivity. So when I do go on a gnarly call, my partner's freaking out. I can just be like, whatever, dude. Like, it's good. Stop tripping. Like, we'll handle it.
So, Jesus Christ.
Well, I got to check and see what you wrote. Jim. Yeah. All right. Appreciate you coming on, Jim.
Yeah,
no problem. Thanks for having me.
Stay safe.
All right, you guys too. Have a good one.
Thanks, man. That was fun.
Oh shit! Holy fuck! Why the fuck would anybody want to be an EMT?
Doesn't that, it just sounds like a horrible fucking job.
Yes. Terrible. It makes me love my job.
Just think about, you go to work tomorrow and they're like, well, Anthony, we're going to need you to work a 48-hour shift. We're going to reduce your pay by 2/3. And yeah, don't plan on taking a break.
No breaks. And you're going to scrape so many babies, you're probably going to need an extra shovel.
Bring another pair of boots for the babies.
That's 48 hours of baby scraping. That's it. Jesus Christ.
You know what that is? That is a toxic workplace, Anthony.
Yes. Yes, it is. Speaking of toxic workplaces.
There you go.
Yes, I finally picked up on one. So, everybody knows we use Trello to organize this show. It works really great for us. Doug loves it. And I must have sent them my email address at some point because they started sending me emails about their blog. And I got an email from Trello. The guy's name is Taco, I think. Every email, it says Taco from Trello. So this is signs of a toxic work culture and how to correct them from the Trello blog.
So I think your thought behind this was Who's Right as a business, Who's Right LLC podcast incorporated.
Right.
And you'd hinted that maybe you think that this is a toxic workplace.
Yes.
Even after the way this show started.
No, that was good. So I put this on the board before you had your coming of age moment or whatever, whatever you want to call it, where you blossom into a fine young woman or whatever it is.
What's that called? My bar mitzvah?
Right?
What's the Mexican thing where you become a woman?
Quinceañera.
Yeah, my quinceañera.
Right. Now that you've had your quinceañera, you're good to go.
All right. So you want to...
Oh, my gosh.
Okay. Blah, 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 blah.
Blah,
All right.
blah,
First
blah.
thing. Results are valued more than people.
I think
so.
Like
that's just business.
That's just business. Result. So I read this and it didn't make sense to me because I got to find it. Results are valued more than people. Producing results is an important part of running a sustainable business. Duh. But when those results come at the expense of the team, for example, by forcing your team to work unrealistic schedules in order to hit a quarterly goal, it's definitely a sign of a toxic work culture. Is that what young people think now? Is that like, if I go to work and they want me to keep a schedule, it's toxic? I thought that's what just was work.
Anthony, you're a fucking faggot. Do you remember when we were working at a rather large corporation together?
Yes. Right.
I was leading a project. You were on my team.
Yes.
I asked you to work Saturday so we could hit this date.
Yes.
And you said, I can't. I've got yard sales to go to.
Yes.
Do you understand what you just said?
No.
Is that what these kids nowadays is? Do you think there's a schedule?
No, that was an unrealistic schedule. So I have my 40 hours. I put in my 40 hours, and then anything beyond that isn't work. It's just extra. I'm not doing extra.
Right. So you are part of the young people that are complaining about this toxic work culture.
No, it wasn't toxic. I just wasn't coming in. I didn't say it was toxic. I just said I'm not coming in. There was nothing toxic about it. We had a nice conversation, and we came to the agreement that I wasn't coming in.
No, okay. So I don't recall it being a nice conversation. I recall us standing out in the middle of the shop floor and me throwing my clipboard on the ground saying,
Right.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Right.
You're going to fucking yard sales? There's a chance that I'm going to get fucking fired because I'm not going to hit this date. And you said, I don't want to miss the good shit.
Right. You're making all my points for me.
Okay. None of that matters, though, because we're talking about Who's Right Podcast LLC Incorporated.
Right. Do we value the results or do we value the people?
Okay, I can tell you as from my view,
Yes.
I don't care about the people. I only care about the results.
Okay.
And I don't mean that to try to be funny. If you die and the numbers go up,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
then I'm good with it.
Okay.
If you stay alive and the numbers tank,
You're
That's
gonna
bad.
kill me.
that's bad.
Okay.
So the results mean more than the people.
So what does that mean? Like in the real world, I die, the numbers go up. What you can only kill me
I'm
once.
Not saying the numbers, I'm not saying the numbers would go up because you would die. I'm saying if you die,
Yes.
and then I replace you with another generic person,
Yes.
and then that generic person responds better to me than you currently do,
Yes.
then it's a good thing. Results more important than people. It's all about your podcasting stats.
I don't think I feel that way.
I don't care. See, I don't care about people.
Results. I don't. Perfect. That was fucking perfect. I don't care. It doesn't matter what you think. This is sounding more and more toxic.
A lack of psychological safety. One of the most straightforward signs of toxic work culture. Employees are afraid to speak their mind, make mistakes, or be authentic. Or in other words, a lack of psychological safety. Okay. I'm not afraid to speak my mind. I generally don't make mistakes.
Okay.
I am nothing but authentic. In other words, I am psychologically safe.
Okay.
What about you?
Let's see.
I don't care.
Way to be consistent. At least we're being consistent. That's what's important here. Consistency over profits or whatever. So I would say I make a lot of mistakes. I would say I'm authentic, and I'm not afraid to speak my mind. So where does that put me on the psychological safety scale? So
7.
making mistakes is psychologically unsafe?
No, afraid to make mistakes.
Oh, no, I'm not afraid to make mistakes. I don't give a shit. What am I? Ah, mistake. Oh, no. Like, I'm not scared of them. That's
What is it, a
stupid.
balloon?
Yeah. Get that mistake away from me.
Toxic employees. Okay. I'm not toxic.
I think you are.
Why?
Because you waffle back and forth between like,
You're the biggest waffler of the bunch.
no, I am consistent.
You are
always consistent.
You're only consistent in being inconsistent.
Consistently.
Whatever.
Whatever.
You're right. We should have gun control.
Right.
Do we suffer from toxic leadership?
Do we even have leadership? Where are we heading?
Down. That's it. We're clear.
You missed some at the very, very beginning.
Well, then do them.
Employees.
Fuck, you're always fucking up.
Employees are in constant conflict. I think that was the first one. So, would you say that our employees are in constant conflict?
It depends. So we now have. Do you realize that we have Who's Right Incorporated LLC, whatever, has 4 employees?
Holy shit! I've never even talked to one of them. Holy shit! That's not good. I probably should get to know the employees.
Yeah. So you are way out of touch. Like,
Yeah, we need to get a water cooler.
you just hang out in your ivory tower.
Ebony and ivory. Man, I really got to get in touch with the little people. That's crazy. I don't want them to think I'm some kind of elitist.
You should send out a mass email to everybody that's affiliated with the show. Hey, just checking in.
Just checking in, checking on everybody's work-life balance.
How's the wife? Insert wife's name here.
Perfect.
Okay, so we agree.
Yeah, we agree. We're not really in constant conflict.
No, I mean we agree that we're not toxic.
Oh yeah, no. Out of the 4 employees, I think the odds are in our favor that we're not toxic.
I don't think that's how it works.
I don't know how that makes any sense, but
okay. I get along with 2 of the 3 other people.
okay.
Okay, so I'm going to draw this out.
Okay.
Okay. So there's here. We'll find out which one of us is the shitty manager.
All right.
Okay, I'm drawing a D for Doug,
Okay.
an A for Anthony.
Okay.
Okay, there's a circle on top
Uh-huh.
for our web guy. What's his name?
Sly.
And then I'm drawing a circle on the bottom for our editor. What's his name?
Starts with a J, I think. Johannesburg or John. I don't remember. Jimmy? Wait, that was the guy we just had on. Janny. It's Janny, right?
No.
Damn it. What? I'll remember his wife's name in a minute. Hold on.
Okay. So I'm going to put an S there because that's what his name starts with.
Damn it. So fucking close.
Okay. So I get along with Sly.
Uh-huh.
And I get along with editor guy.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Sly gets along with me.
Uh-huh.
And you.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, we get along well.
And Sly gets along with editor guy.
Okay.
So, Anthony,
Uh-huh.
do you get along with me?
For the most part, I would say yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
And you don't know the editor guy. So can you look at your screen?
Yes. Okay.
So you can see here that you're the problem.
I can see by your scribbles that I am the problem.
Right here is where it's important.
Uh-huh. Where we're missing a line.
Backwards. Yeah. Over here in this area.
The chain is broken. Is that what you're saying? Are you saying I need to take editor guy out to dinner?
I don't think it would hurt.
I think it might.
Just quit being fucking pompous.
Right.
All right.
Does Crom 2 still work for us?
Crom 2?
Crom?
No, Crom. I don't even know. I don't think Crom even listens to the show anymore.
Oh. All right. Shout out to him then.
Shout out to my boy. That was funny. Oh, you want to do a couple stories?
Sure.
All right. So I wanted to get your view on this.
Okay.
Because you're racist and hate Mexicans. Shocking moment. Student is denied diploma after wearing a Mexican flag over graduation gown and refusing to apologize. All right. So here's the long and short of it.
Okay.
When he got called to go up and pick up his diploma,
Yes.
he took a Mexican flag and tied it around because he was very proud of the fact that he was the first person in his immediate family to graduate high school.
Okay.
So he wanted to represent the country that let down the rest of his family, I guess. I don't know. But so when he got up on stage, they wouldn't give him the diploma.
Well, he got up on stage and they're like, no. Like that's usually like they just keep calling names and handing out diplomas, calling names, handing out diplomas. You know what I mean? They just keep them moving like cattle. So he got to the stage and they're like, no, Mexican flag, no.
I'll try to see if I can get this put up on the screen. Give me a second.
Is there actual video of it?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
All right. Fuck. God, I hate doing this on the fly. I didn't know you were going to ask questions. I thought you were just going to make funny racist jokes.
We can do that if you want. So he's Mexican, huh?
Shocking moment. Student is denied diploma.
Oh boy.
Share.
Shocking. That is
Does
just
that make it bigger?
shocking. Whoa. Did you say Jesus Lopez? Oh, it's starting to back up. Did they give it to him?
No.
Oh, they didn't. They didn't even give it to him. Oh, that's some bullshit.
Experience matters.
Ah.
For over 145 years.
Just take us both off so they can watch the advertisement.
Okay. Now I lost the story. I panicked and started clicking everything. It says Lopez said that he wanted to. Lopez said that he wanted to honor his Mexican heritage as the first person in his immediate family to graduate during the ceremony in Asheboro High School in North Carolina.
Huh.
So, do you think they should have just handed him the diploma and let him? What are the?
Arriba.
What's a Mexican word for walk?
For walk?
Do you think they should have just let him El Waco?
El Waco. Yes, I think they should have let him El Waco. Give him one of these. El Waco yourself out of here, buddy.
No, seriously. Do you think they should have just gave him the diploma and?
God.
I'll give you a hint. The answer is no. They did the right thing.
Why you say that?
Because
didn't really think about it like that, I guess.
every fucking graduation ceremony in the history of ever is always the same.
Yes.
They have your diploma book with no diploma in it.
Yep.
And they say, if you have any fucking shenanigans during the ceremony, you're not going to get your fucking diploma, you cocksuckers.
Right.
So you will honor the dress code and you won't throw your fucking hats because somebody could die, and no fucking Mexican flags on your back. They told us that in my high school. No fucking Mexican flags.
No Mexican flags in our high school.
So that's fine. Congratulations, though, on being the only guy in your family to graduate high school, but that doesn't mean that we're going to make new rules for you, because the next time, like, hey, I'm the only kid in my family that sucks cock. Now you can wear a fucking pride flag.
You wear a big cock, a big painting of a cock on your back.
Because, like, had it been somebody wearing a Black Lives Matter flag,
yeah,
you would have said, no, they don't need to. That's political bullshit.
So that was
okay. What if somebody had a fucking white snake flag that they wanted to wear on their back?
That would be awesome. As long as they had a mullet too. So I completely understand what you're saying, because if I just don't know,
Anthony, it's a slippery slope. If you allow this to happen, what are they going to stop?
People are going to start marrying their dogs. That's what's going to happen. If you let the Mexicans graduate, people are going to start marrying their dogs. That's what's going to happen. So I think it's sort of fucked up, because it's like they, and everybody was mad, right? Everybody was like, boo, boo, whatever. Like, it's like a sense of entitlement. They think they can literally just do whatever they want. Like, we don't have
Mexicans.
Yeah. Like, we don't have to follow the rules.
Okay. Now I'll tell you what I really think.
Okay.
Because I know how you feel. You think, like you said, you think Mexicans are trying to take over the world one graduation at a time.
Yeah.
I think that graduation ceremonies are fucking pretentious and they're fucking stupid. I know what it was like to work my ass off to try to be able to graduate high school. I had to cheat to graduate. Like,
okay.
I've told you that before. It's a true story. At that moment,
I didn't cheat. I just graduated with D's. You can do that. That's what I did.
No, I had to graduate to get to a D.
Gotcha.
I had to cheat to get to a D.
Yeah.
But at this point in their life, this is one of their biggest achievements. Let them fucking celebrate if they want to wear a fucking stupid flag, let them wear a stupid flag. Who gives a shit? So, like, give him his fucking moment.
Everybody?
What do you mean, everybody?
like you said. So if we let this kid next year, then whoever, whatever they want to wear.
Yeah. Who cares?
No, that's what I'm asking you. That's what I'm getting at. So then why have uniforms for it at all?
I agree. Who cares? Like, let them wear whatever they want. Like,
it's because it's a tradition that a lot of people want. So there was never any vote. There was never any like, is this what the school wants to go to? It was like, no. We don't care what the majority of people want. This one Mexican wants to do this, so we're going to do it. And then that sets the precedent. From now on, everything's just this way now. No, there was no discussion. There was no nothing. Just let people do whatever they want. What about the people that wanted the tradition?
They're fucking stupid. Like,
I agree. I can't even argue that it's so dumb. I agree with you 100%. The whole thing is stupid, but my point still stands. I think. What was my point?
Like, okay, so you get to take your tassel and move it from this side to this side.
Right.
Ooh, I'd rather wear a Mexican flag. That would be better.
I think it would have been better if a white guy would have wore the Mexican flag. That would have been better, I think. So they can't keep his diploma, his actual diploma, just his graduation diploma, which is nothing. Just an empty piece of paper.
No, so what I think what they're, if I remember right, what they're allowed to do is they have to give you your diploma by a certain time, like a certain date.
Yeah.
So if you fuck up and let's say that Mexicans have knives, let's say he stabbed somebody or something.
Yeah.
They wouldn't give him the holder, or they would give him the holder, but he wouldn't be allowed to go back that night to pick up his diploma. Like that's how, when I graduated high school, we walked through, we got our little cardboard things. And then after the ceremony, we got to go to the back of the auditorium and then into the office where they had somebody sitting there handing you your diploma.
Ah, gotcha.
And then you got to put that in the holder. But if the people that fucked up, they kept them and said, okay, you can't pick them up until whatever, September.
So isn't that like, that's just a shitty thing to do to somebody, right? Like you worked for 4 years to keep your grades up, get good grades. You graduated high school and then you put a Mexican flag on your back.
That's all it is. That's all high school is about control.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck if you learn anything.
They want to make you good workers. Right? I mean, don't you think that that's what it's kind of geared towards to
No.
get you don't think so?
No.
To get you like in the mindset of working for a living, working, you got to be to school at a certain time and it's very important that you're on time and you get awards for not being late for the whole 4 years or whatever. It's basically just setting you up.
Yeah, maybe.
It's just setting you up for a life of like.
No, when you first said that, I thought, Jesus Christ, we can't have a conversation without his fucking conspiracy bullshit kicking in. And then every example you gave, I was like, okay, that makes sense.
It wasn't even a conspiracy. I never really gave it much thought until right now. I don't think it's a conspiracy. I mean, the world does need workers, doesn't it? That's not a conspiracy. It's funny to me that you think that everything I say is a conspiracy. I mean, most of it is, but
Yeah. I'm not going to get into that. It's too late.
no, it's not. It's not late enough. Get into it. Now you have to.
Cop kills wife.
Boring.
Duh. That's like a given. So this cop, if I read the story right, he shot his wife in the arm like years ago in a domestic dispute.
Okay.
They got back together. He ended up going on a drunken rampage and he punched her. She filed a restraining order. He got fired from his job or whatever, but they gave him his gun back. The department took his gun. And then when the investigation was over, they gave him his gun back.
Okay.
And then he went to her house and shot her in the face. You know what? We would have been good paramedics.
Jesus. She's pretty hot. I mean,
Was.
Well, yeah, can't imagine she's hot now after getting shot in the face.
Now she looks like a pomegranate.
Why? That sucks, man. Why would you shoot her in the face when she looks like that?
Isn't it fucking weird? Like, I guess I thought I was the only one that did this, but what you just said kind of made me think otherwise. When you hear about somebody getting shot and then you look at them and they're pretty, you're like, oh, that sucks.
Yes. It's like she's not even fat or anything.
No acne, nothing. Like,
what a waste. What a waste of a perfectly good person. Oh, Jesus. So I think I remember hearing something about the domestic abuse. Like, cops are real high on the charts for domestic abuse. Like, they beat the shit out of their wives all the time. Is that true? Or did I make that up?
no, I for some reason I wanted to say the 3-fist law, but I think that's the wrong thing.
What the fuck does that have to do?
That's just what popped into my head.
I wonder why.
40% of cops
Beat their
please.
wives.
Yeah. God, it doesn't matter what story you type in. First thing that pops up, George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. Okay. Police, domestic violence, and home. Cops abuse wives and kids at staggering rates. First paragraph, Black Lives Matter, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor.
This was written in 1978. Weird.
They're like the Tupac of the media. It suggests that police officers in the United States perpetrate acts of domestic violence at roughly 15 times the rate of the general population. Because officers tend to protect their own, domestic victims of violent cops often don't know where to go.
Go to your mom's house. It's cool.
What if your mom's a cop? She's forced to hit you. Back to blue.
I gotta back the blue. Sorry, honey. So, does it say why? I mean, does it give like any reason like why that might be?
Okay, I think somebody would argue that it's the stress of the job. Like, I know what it's like to come home after a tough day, right?
Uh-huh.
And you just kind of want to fucking lay one in there. But
Okay.
But you know, I've never had anybody shoot at me at work. Like that would take it to a whole different level.
You think so? You think like somebody shot at me? I gotta beat the fuck out of my wife.
Okay, imagine all the shit that a cop goes through, like the fucking EMT guy.
Yeah.
Okay, imagine going through that day, and then you get home after your 48-hour shift, and your wife's like, "You didn't take out the garbage last night."
She's getting punched. Somebody's getting punched.
Right. You either got to punch the kid or punch the wife or punch the kid.
But both? You got two hands. Huh. I guess I never thought about it that way. If your job is like to dodge bullets, that's what cops do, right? Just dodge bullets all day. And then they got to take that stress out on somebody. And if you're chasing a suspect and you're shooting at him and you miss, doesn't that make you just want to go home and shoot your wife? I mean, like, I'm going to shoot somebody. I missed this perp. Now I'm going to shoot you. And okay, let's pretend you're a woman.
All right.
And your cop husband shoots you in your arm. And then what was the second thing he did? Beat her up or whatever. You're a woman. You're going to go back to him a third time?
Depends what them fingers do.
She got them cop fingers. I don't even know what that means, but
an FBI advisory board found that roughly 40% of officers who filled out questionnaires in a number of different settings admitted to being physically violent with their spouse in the previous 6 months.
So that means like 90%, right?
It also shows that cops are fucking stupid. Like, if the FBI ever gives me a questionnaire, like, have you ever hit your wife? No. No.
Yes, sir, Mr. FBI man. I don't know. Let me fill out this questionnaire in a different setting. Did it say there's like several settings?
Can you do something with the lighting in here?
Yeah,
Make it a little softer.
A little better lighting, and there's some mood music, and then maybe I'll tell you I beat my wife.
Put a palm tree in the corner. I'll tell you about me smacking the shit out of her.
Right. Jesus Christ. It says here that this guy's going to be eligible for parole in 15 years. You can shoot somebody in the face and get parole in 15 years. That seems especially egregious to shoot somebody in the face.
Hold on a second.
All right.
Egregious.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry. God.
Remarkably good.
No, egregious doesn't mean remarkably good.
Look it up.
I just did. It means remarkably bad. There's no way that egregious means good. It can't.
All right. I'm going to share my screen.
Bad. All right. Whatever you're looking up is Russian disinformation. There's no way that egregious means good. Oh, you spelled it wrong. Outstanding. Oh, you dick. Outstandingly bad or shocking.
Number 2.
Archaic. I didn't say archaic. I said whatever. Your Google is wrong.
You're being egregious.
Right.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Whoa.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Bing, 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 bing.
There's no value there. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Bing, 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 bing.
There's no value there. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Bing, 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 bing.
There's no value there. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Bing, 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 bing.
There's no value there. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Bing, 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 bing,
There's no value there.